There's this secret language that every single one of us shares. It's this powerful, constant dialogue happening between our mind and our body. And in this explainer, we're going to figure out how to eavesdrop.
And this isn't some far-off, abstract idea. It's a conversation that's happening inside you right this second. A really delicate balance that shapes pretty much everything. How we see the world, our health, our happiness, the whole shebang.
All right, so let's dive in. We're going to start with a secret that, it isn't really a secret at all because it's something every single one of us has experienced.
Really think about it for a second. That awful sinking feeling in your stomach right before a huge presentation, or that fluttery, racing heart you get when you see someone you really, really care about, where does that stuff even come from?
Well, here's the thing. Those physical sensations, they are not just random glitches in the system. They are messages. They're part of a really sophisticated language that your body is using to talk to you.
Okay, so to really get what's going on here, we've got to meet the two main players in this conversation. Our mind and our body. We kind of have this idea that the brain is the CEO, right? Just sitting up in the head office, barking orders down to the rest of the body. But the truth is, it's way more of a two-way street. Our gut, our heart, even our skin, they're all chiming in. And this incredible, powerful link between what you're thinking and what your body is physically feeling, well, it actually has a scientific name. And don't worry, it sounds way more complicated than it is. It's called psychosomatic.
Now, that word sounds super technical, I know, but it's actually pretty simple when you break it down. It just comes from two old Greek words, psyche, which means mind or spirit, and soma, which means the body.
So you just stick them together, psych, soma, psychosomatic. It's literally just the science of how your mind is talking to your body. So now let's look at what happens when that conversation gets physical. Okay, and this is where things get really interesting. What happens when this internal chat gets a little, loud? When our feelings just get too big to ignore? Think about it. When you've got these huge emotions, like anger, grief, or just tons of stress, and you bottle them up, they don't just vanish into thin air. Nope. They've got to go somewhere, and a lot of the time, they find a way out through our bodies, showing up as very, very real physical symptoms. Ever notice how that nagging tension headache seems to pop up after a super frustrating day? That could totally be unprocessed anger. Or that deep down exhaustion you just can't seem to shake. It might just be your body's reaction to being in a constant state of rush, rush, rush. And trouble sleeping? Oh yeah, that's a classic sign of a mind that's just buzzing with stress. I love this way of thinking about it. Your body is basically a giant loudspeaker for all the feelings your mind hasn't said out loud. It's just cranking up the volume on your inner world. So really, when your body sends these signals, the fatigue, the pain, the insomnia, it's not trying to punish you. It's trying to get your attention. It's waving a big red flag, basically shouting, "Hey, over here, something needs a little love and attention." Okay, hold on. We have to stop here for a sec, because this next part is maybe the most important and the most misunderstood thing we're going to talk about today. See, as soon as people hear that word, psychosomatic, their mind often jumps to a really harmful conclusion. They think it means the pain isn't real, that it's all in your head, or that someone's just making it all up.
And I need to be crystal clear about this. That is absolutely 100% false. No way.
Look, the pain is completely real. The headache is real. The stomach ache is real. The only difference is where it's coming from. The roots of the problem aren't just physical. They're tangled up with our emotional state, kind of like the roots of a tree, drawing everything they need from the soil of our feelings. Okay, so if we know this language exists, what do we do about it? How do we start having a better conversation? What's even the first step? It actually starts with something super simple. Just listening. For right now, just try to notice the signals without judging them. That little tightness in your shoulder, that fluttery feeling in your chest. Just noticing is so powerful because that's the first step to understanding the message. And in our next explainer, we're going to dig into how to answer back. It's like these unspoken feelings are kind of like silent friends, you know? They're just waiting for us to pay attention. Once we learn how to actually talk with them, we can stop their energy from causing harm and instead turn it into something that helps us heal. So that's what I want to leave you with today. As you go about your day, just carry this one little question around with you. Listen quietly and just ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me right now? The answer, well, it just might surprise you.